This 9-man squad is going to move out into a fire team wedge, squad, and column. All personnel will ensure they have 10 meters in between themselves and their team leader and a 45-degree angle off his flanks. As the lead team comes into contact, they are going to execute the react to contact battle drill. Soldiers receiving fire will take up the nearest position that affords cover and concealment. The fire team not in contact takes up covered and concealed positions in place and observes the flanks and the rear of the squad. The fire team in contact immediately returns a heavy volume of suppressive fires in the direction of the enemy. The fire team in contact will move to positions from which they can fire their weapons, have observation, fields of fire, and cover and concealment. They will continue to fire and report known or suspected enemy positions to the fire team leader. They're going to maintain contact with their leader visually and orally and ensure that they utilize the technique of search, fire, and check. They're going to search everything within their sector of fire using sight and sound. They're going to check to their left and their right to acquire enemy positions. They will then place well-aimed fires on the enemy positions. The squad leader reports contact to a platoon leader and moves towards the fire team in contact. At this time, the squad leader determines that the lead fire team has gained suppressive fires due to the lack of volume and accuracy of enemy fire. He tells the lead team to go ahead and assault through the 2-man LPOP. The assaulting team fights through the enemy position using fire and movement. The team leader selects a route that allows him to reach his objective while providing the best cover and concealment for his team. The team leader is going to be the first to bound with either his rifleman or his saw gunner. The fire team members conduct individual movement techniques as individuals or by buddy teams while maintaining their relative position in the assault formation. At the end of each move, soldiers take up cover and concealed positions and resume firing. The team leader then leads his team from the front in a shallow wedge through the attack. As he gets to the enemy, he will ensure that he clears their weapons to eliminate any further threat. He is going to continue push forward through the objective 35 meters past the last enemy position. Once they have bounded 35 meters past the last enemy position, they will take up hasty defensive positions and establish a security perimeter by maintaining a shallow wedge. Simultaneously, the squad leader is going to tell Bravo team which side of Alpha team he wants them to move to. The squad leader will also assign sectors of fire for both fire teams, as well as position key weapon systems. Once all personnel are set, the Alpha team leader is immediately going to get an ACE report. He's going to check to make sure that they are up on ammunition, that they have no casualties, and that they have not lost any equipment. He will also redistribute ammo or critical equipment if needed. While this is being executed, the trail team is going to push forward to the lead team's left or right hand side. Once they are in position, the lead team leader is going to ensure that he has a saw gunner on the outside flanks of the squad's position. He is also going to ensure that he gets his ACE report from his personnel. The squad leader is going to immediately call for the EPW and search team. He's going to ensure that he gives them tasks, conditions, and standards on how he wants them to search the personnel on the objective. First, they are going to clear on their way out and then search on their way back in. Notice that the EPW and search personnel hand their weapon off to their buddy. This is to ensure that they are not rolling around and putting their barrel into the dirt. If at any time they come into contact with the enemy, he will simply retrieve his weapon back from his buddy and engage the enemy. One person will pull security while the other clears for any type of grenades or secondary weapon systems. Once they have cleared out, if there are no enemy wounded at this time, they will not need to call for the aid and litter team. Since both enemy are KIA, they are good to start their search. One person will search one enemy. They will have code words to ensure that no PIR is confused while translating it to the squad leader. Once the enemy has been searched, they will mark them so that there is no wasted time searching the same enemy twice. The team leader is going to ensure that their men are still pulling security and that they have interlocking sectors of fire. EPW and search teams will take the weapons to the squad leader's position, where the squad leader will determine whether he wants to destroy the weapons in place, carry them out, or mark them and leave them for a follow-on element to pick up. The squad leader is going to move out in a bounding overwatch movement technique. In the bounding overwatch technique, the squad leader is going to designate a terrain feature or a distance that he wants the lead team to move towards. Once they are set in position, he will identify another terrain feature or distance that he wants the Bravo team to move to. He has two techniques that he can use: alternating bounds or successive bounds. If he utilizes alternating bounds, he has more control. However, it will take him longer to get through the open space. If he uses successive bounds, it allows one team to bound past the first team's position. However, if they come into contact, it is a lot harder for the squad leader to control. As the lead team moves out and gets set in position, the second team comes into contact with the enemy. As seen in the previous battle drill, they will locate the enemy by sight and sound and return well-aimed fire on the enemy position. The team leader controls his men's rate of fire. As you can see, he has had his grenadier fire a high explosive round towards the enemy position. As Alpha Team suppresses the enemy, all riflemen are going to mirror the rate of fire that their team leader is firing. The team leader will give fire commands to his saw gunner and his grenadier for what their rate of fire will be. For example, saw rapid fire. This will let the saw gunner know that he wants him to fire on the objective utilizing a rapid rate of fire. The squad leader will have to determine if the support fire team is able to suppress by the accuracy and volume of the enemy fire. He will also determine how he will attack by the location, size, and vulnerable flanks of the enemy. Once the decision is made, the squad leader and the Bravo team leader are going to push to the right of Alpha Team at a 45-degree angle. The squad leader will lead them into position that provides best cover and concealment for them to assault from. Once they are in position, the Bravo team is going to take control of that element, and from this moment forward, he is now responsible for the assault. They will assault through the enemy objective by using a bounding technique. The squad leader will throw the shift signal, and it will be mirrored by the Alpha team leader. The supporting fire team must be able to identify the near flank of the assaulting element. The Alpha team leader will only repeat the shift and lift fire signals once he is sure that his men have lifted and shifted fires off of the objective. Just as seen in the previous battle drill, the men will continue to bound through the objective until they are 35 meters past the enemy position. The same is true for ace reports and for ensuring that their saw gunners are positioned on the outside flanks. It may be necessary for you to move your saw gunner to the outside flank while moving up towards the objective to save time once you're in position at the end of the objective. Notice that the team leader has his saw gunner facing at a 45-degree angle away from the perimeter. This allows for the squad to have 360-degree security. The squad leader will send the EPW and search team to search the enemy personnel. While the EPW and search team are searching and clearing the objective, the squad leader is gathering the ace reports from the Alpha and Bravo team leaders. He is also going to call the platoon leader and give him a situation report, as well as determine what the next course of action is going to be for his squad. While the squad leader is waiting for EPW and search to be completed, he can go ahead and tell the team leaders who is going to be first in the order movement, what type of movement technique they're going to utilize, and what movement formation is going to be used to get out of the engagement area. Notice how the squad leader does not talk. He simply uses hand and arm signals to identify to the team leaders who is first in the order of movement and what formation and movement technique they will be using.